Hi, my name is Alyssa Christopher, and I'm a senior in biological engineering.
Hi, my name is Xuan Luo, and I am a junior in biological engineering.
I'm Brandon McNally, and I'm a senior in turf science and management.
I'm Casey Kirkberg, and I'm a senior in animal sciences.
I'm Jacqueline Hackman, and I'm a senior in agricultural sales and marketing.
We are AGR 201 Group 1, and we decided to do our cultural immersion project on the LGBTQ community here at Purdue University.
I'm going to talk to you about the background and history and why it's important to learn about sexual orientation. Approximately 6.7% of the U.S. adult population identifies as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. So you probably know someone who has been affected by this in society. In a survey that was conducted, people asked lesbian, gay, and bisexual, and up to 87% reported to have been verbally harassed, and that is not okay. Our cultural immersion project, we watched a movie called A Single Man, and this is about a guy named George who 8 months before lost his partner, Jim, and the family of Jim does not support their relationship and didn't even tell him that he passed away. And so then George, 8 months later, has now decided to commit suicide. So the movie is about him throughout his day before he commits suicide, and you're able to get a perspective through a homosexual of how society views them. And this allows people to see the way that society views homosexuals and the different difficulties that homosexuals have in life. Some of the assumptions that people have is that gay people could change if they wanted to. Sexual orientation, that's not the case, because sexual orientation is something that you are born with, and people cannot influence your sexuality. Early on in life, you know before you have any sexual activity what your sexual orientation is. And society has influenced people to try to be heterosexual even when they're not. They try to convince themselves something that they're not because society does not accept or homosexual people. And there's conversion therapy is deemed unethical, and conversion therapy is something that tries to convert people from homosexual to heterosexual, and it is unethical because it is changing. You can change someone's behavior, but you cannot change their inner feelings, and this violates the freedom of expression. And this therapy has it's been unsuccessful, and people have gotten into a state of depression when going through this because you're trying to change someone from something they're not.
There also has been an assumption that same-sex parents are not as good as heterosexual parents. However, that is not true. There is no legitimate resource that has demonstrated that same-sex couples are any more or any less harmful to children than heterosexual couples. The American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry confirmed that in 2013 that the current research showed the children with gay or lesbian parents do not differ from children with heterosexual parents in their emotional development or in their relationships with peers and adults. And they are not more likely than children of heterosexual parents to develop emotional or behavioral problems. A 2010 review of research on same-sex parenting carried out by Life Science, a Science News website, found no difference between children raised by heterosexual parents and children raised by lesbian parents. In some cases, it found children in same-sex household may actually be better adjusted than in heterosexual homes. A 2013 preliminary study in Australia found that the children of lesbian and gay parents are not only thriving, but may actually have better overall health and higher rates of family cohesion than heterosexual family. This study is the world's largest attempt to compare children of same-sex parents to children of heterosexual parents. The American Psychology Association noted in 2004 that same-sex couples are remarkably similar to heterosexual couples, and that parenting effectiveness and the adjustment, development, and psychological well-being of children is unrelated to parental sexual orientation. So according to that, we can see that this assumption is not true and should not be broadly advertisement towards the same-sex parents.
So after spending some time at the LGBTQ Center and talking to some of our homosexual friends, another assumption that we found was that homosexuality is a mental illness. So after doing some research, we found that according to the APA, or the American Psychological Association, lesbian, gay, and bisexual orientations are not actually mental disorders. Research has found that there is no inherent association between any of these sexual orientations and psychopathology. Both heterosexual behavior and homosexual behavior are normal aspects of human sexuality and have been documented in many different cultures and historical eras. They also said that several decades of research and clinical experience has been led, and all mainstream medical and mental health organizations in this country conclude that these orientations represent normal forms of human experience. So the LGBTQ relationships are normal forms of human bonding. So after these findings, it's clear that homosexuality is not a mental disorder. So now we're going to give you some time to watch our video that we've came up with that really shows you the lives and real struggles of homosexuals and the things they deal with in their day-to-day lives.
I wish that you could see the world the way I do.
I wish that we weren't viewed as being wrong.
I wish that they didn't think the way they raised me had anything to do with this.
I'm wasted losing time. I'm a foolish, fragile spine.
Most say that I'm generally accepted in the dancing world. I wish they were right.
I want him, but we're not right. In the darkness I will meet.
I wish my roommates would feel comfortable if I told them.
And they will all agree that I'm a suffocating.
I wish that even when I know there's no hate, there's no fear either.
When I was 17, I came out to my parents. I had to. I gave myself no other choice. I told my mom, tears streaming down my face. The tears didn't stop for nearly a year.
Now quietly.
My brother. They said he could be cured by treatment and religion, as if he had a choice.
Where all my layers can become reeds, all my limbs can become trees, all my children can become me.
I wish that taking my life was never an option.
To follow
I wish.
I wish.
I wish I could know what it's like.
I wish I could know what it's like to be equal.
I wish I could know what it's like to not feel bad.
To be open.
To be heard.
I wish I could know what it's like to be loved.
I wish I could know what it's like to be happy.
I wish.
I wish.
I wish.
I wish I could know what it's like to not be denied.
By anyone.
But I don't.
I wish.
Throughout history, even with the emergence of the modern LGBTQ rights movement, those associated with the LGBTQ community have faced discrimination that is a significant social problem. During Pride Month, we address these issues, empowering students to develop and sustain a sense of community that supports true social justice, creating a campus where all students feel welcome. So join us this year and show your support for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning students, faculty, and staff at Cal Poly. Support the freedom we all deserve, the freedom to love, the freedom to be you.
We chose to do our CIP project over the LGBTQ community and the public's perception of this group. In today's culture, it is definitely becoming more socially acceptable to associate and to be a part of the LGBTQ community. However, some people still see this as a taboo subject. Within Purdue's campus, there is an LGBTQ center to help students cope with the negative public perception that does still exist about the LGBTQ community. The center also works to create programs that help create a positive image of the community around campus. Purdue's LGBTQ Center is located in Schliemann Hall and offers several programs to help improve the awareness of the LGBT community around campus. This includes trans inclusion training that supports transgender students, staff, and faculty. During this training, people learn transgender identities and terminology. You also discuss laws and policies that concern different gender identities. This training also allows you to develop different skills that support trans students, staff, and faculties. Another big service that Purdue's LGBTQ Center offers is Safe Zone training. During this training, you learn different LGBTQ terminology. You learn more about their history and the concepts of privilege and identity development. You're also allowed to listen and ask questions during a panel of LGBTQ students and speakers. This training allows you to develop skills that create a more inclusive and safer campus. The main way that our group interacted with the LGBTQ Center was to post and hand out flyers around campus that describe common misconceptions about this community and why these misconceptions are false.
In addition to handing out flyers, we attended a few events for our cultural immersion project. The first of those events was the Cookout. This was a celebration for National Coming Out Day, which was held here at Purdue. It was an opportunity for us to go out, socialize, and meet members of the Purdue LGBTQ community. Our second event was Boilers Out Loud. This was an event held by the LGBTQ Center in which monologues were performed from community members that talked about their experiences and the ways that they came out. We certainly learned that no two times were the same for members of the group, and it was a way for us to see that the group actively tries to promote a positive image of the community and demystify some of the misconceptions of the group. Perhaps the most interesting event that we attended was the Purdue Amateur Drag Show. This is a student-led show that's held annually, and it's an opportunity for first-timers and seasoned performers to come out and show their skills on stage in front of an audience. Not only was it an interesting event to attend, but it was also a charitable event. All the proceeds from the shows are donated to charities that are chosen by the Purdue LGBTQ Center. Thank you for watching our presentation, and we hope that it has helped you learn more about the LGBTQ community and help change your perception of it to something more positive. Thank you.